looks like Charbonnet's maybe taken away, but Jolly puts it in the only place that can be caught by Charbonnet. Charbonnet keeps his feet inbounds, secures the catch. I mean, we got some great freshmen in here, guys. Hey everyone, welcome back to our Unheralded Dynasty. In today's video, it's gonna be kind of a spring game, open practice. We're gonna get a look at our roster in our second season. We got a lot of good freshmen coming in. Most of them will be redshirted, but this will be our first chance to get to see them in action. And we won't highlight every player, but I for sure want to highlight the elite dev guys and the star dev guys. And then we'll jump into some impact guys that will be playing this year or that could play a big role next season. So without further ado, let's jump in. Our first player we're taking a look at is Brian Campanaro. He's an elite dev fullback. He's at 82 overall this season. He only has 7 caps. He's technically a utility type. So let's jump on the field and see what he can do. So fullbacks aren't super utilized in any offense. I try to use them more, I think, than most people, but even still, it's pretty limited. We have a few plays that we can really dial up for him. There's an RPO I like that we'll get into. Fullback dives are always great. I like to use flex bone, get him involved that way as well. But I also think I might sub him in some offensive packages like our monster formation and get him some touches that way. And as we go, you'll see his player scout card pop up, and we'll go over kind of how our coaches scouted him as we took over this team. All right, here we'll watch Brian see how his blocking is. He's a utility guy, so he's not the best blocker. We may move him to left tackle in position changes, so he can get some training at blocking and then move him back to fullback after this season. But here we go, we got toss play. Let's see how Brian gets out there. Oh, stretch play. Yeah, seals that edge. You can see on this play, he's got the speed to get out. He's got the awareness. All right, sees the tight end kind of sneak off and get there. He gets the edge, gets us a lane, but our tight end just doesn't hold our block. Here we'll see him in pass protection here. Just solidifies there, sees the guard needs help, jumps in. Here we're just seeing some good awareness. Identifies maybe where the rush is coming from, who needs help, right? He knows we got 3-on-2 over on the left. He takes the innermost guy, right? Doesn't bother with that linebacker coming around. Knows we got time, and he helps that guard out. All right, here in this play, Brian does a great job identifying where we need help, right? He's meant to block that D end on the left. He can ignore that left end because he's slow playing it, turns upfield, solidifies the middle for us, and we get a big gain. Here's one of our favorite plays to use to get Brian involved. We'll fullback RPO, or RPO to fullback to flat, flip it out. Quarterback is reading. All right, everybody's crashing in. We flip it out. Brian's got good hands. He can fight for some extra yards here. All right, here we're going to see if we can get Brian on that wheel route, and then we'll move on to our next player. Ooh, he had his man beat. Quarterback just got hit. Not enough time. All right, next player. All right, here we got Timote Jung. He's a run-stopping outside linebacker. Comes in at 66 overall as a true freshman. Going to get a red shirt this year. We'll see him probably 4 games to preserve that red shirt, but he's only got 8 caps. But he's a player who had maybe some character concerns from other coaches that we've talked to and some of the recruiting services. But as we dug into it, we really got to the root of what happened with Timote and that coach on the sideline, and he was really just standing up for a younger player being berated and being treated poorly. So we see him as a high character guy, really athletic. He's got the elite dev. We're really happy to get him, and it makes sense that he's elite dev with that type of character he has. So we're going to do our best to put him in positions to maybe rush the passer, stop the run, and we'll develop his coverage ability as the seasons go. But let's see him in action. Here in this play, we'll see some of his athleticism come through. We'll just play at full speed. But really kind of understands what the right tackle wants to do. And the right guard. Right, he attacks that right guard. Gonna get through here. Or a D tackle, push somebody into him. Quarterback feels it, but Timote did a great job there. All right, this is a great example of Timote's athleticism. Just watch his play unfold. Then let's start again at the beginning here in slow motion. His job is contained on the left here, right? So he gets a deep pass rush. He knows his responsibility. He feels the running back slip behind him, puts a foot in the ground, right? Then he's ready. Catches it. Here in this play, you can kind of see it's kind of a freshman moment. Still got a lot of growth here. Because this play, he kind of gets owned by the right tackle. You watch and see, maybe late off the snap, and then just gets driven back. He's way out of play. Doesn't even sniff the play. So, but this is what a redshirt year is for, right? So we can learn from moments like that. He's going against our best right tackle. Gets owned. Right, got to get up and learn from it. All right, here's a great example of his ability to diagnose plays. He is manned up on the running back to start this play. All right, let's kind of see how he proceeds here. Right, reads screen, stays home for that crosser. And you can see him, what I like to see here in a young freshman, you can see him right there, point screen. Right, he's communicating. He calls it out, lets the other guys go. He knows his responsibility here. Then once they throw it, then he's going. Here we got Timote in man coverage on the tight end. Does a great job at taking away that option. Right, seals that vertical seam. He's with him stride for stride. That seems like a small thing, but for a young freshman to get that positioning, we like to see that. Okay, here we got an example of him playing zone really well. Who he ends up making the play here, but let's watch Timote take care of his zone assignment. Got the slants. Right, because his window is taken away to Fleming, quarterback tries to go to Toner. Hui is there. Great coverage by our linebackers. Okay, here's a great example again of him being a freshman. He's got to develop some pass rush moves. Got to develop ability to counter what the offensive lineman is doing. He gets kind of stonewalled here, doesn't make any progress. 67 just kind of owns him there. You know, they get 15. All right, next we're looking at Dante Ware and Tye Wilkins. Ware is an elite dev middle linebacker. He's at 68 overall, 10 caps, field general tendency. And then Tye Wilkins is a strong safety. He was an athlete wide receiver. We moved him to strong safety. He's 67 overall, 8 caps, and I believe he's a zone tendency. So we got Ware here in the middle, Wilkins deep in the backfield. Let's see if they can make some plays. Here we got two of our freshmen getting in on this play, both Timote Jung and Dante Ware. Timote Jung is blitzing, takes his guy. Running back is coming back in. Reynaldo does a great job here, but then Ware is there to fill as well. And Timote Jung comes in later. Here we got Wilkins with some solid coverage, getting the running back out of the backfield. All right, good closing speed here. Almost knocks the ball loose, but makes a solid tackle in open field. Here, Dante Ware making a great play in the run game, fills his gap, stays in pursuit. Doesn't over pursue, doesn't lunge, doesn't try to big hit. He's here. The running back is good. He's shifty. He tries to find a room to the right, runs in. Dante Ware keeps pursuing, ends up getting a tackle for loss. Here we got Wilkins understanding his coverage assignment. We play this out. Right, takes care of the middle, takes that slant, but does not chase it. Right, holds him to a 3-yard gain. But the biggest thing here is as this slant comes, right, he understands he's got help. Behind him with Timote Jung there, who's in good position, and the corner, right, doesn't need to chase. He stays with his body looking at the line of scrimmage and closes fast on the tight end. Here we got a play where two freshmen don't identify a screen fast enough, both Dante Ware and Tye Wilkins. Dante Ware here, Wilkins here. If we watch both of them, let's get the camera to kind of get on both of them. All right, they kind of just stay in the middle. They sit, they sit, they sit, right? The screen is developing and they're staying in the middle. Again, a freshman moment for both of them to react late. All right, here's an example of a freshman being bailed out, not identifying his coverage responsibility fast enough. And Dante Ware, another freshman, actually saves Timote Jung here on this play. You'll see as we play this out, Timote should be going with the running back here. They're manned up. Watch how late he is to respond, right? Sits in the middle, then he goes. But because Dante Ware times up this blitz, right? He understands that the D end is taking away the left guard, right? He knows Reynaldo is coming off. He times it up to split it. All right, if our QB has his first read to the flat, right, we're kind of toast. But because all those things happen and Dante Ware times it up, Timote Jung is saved from giving up a big play. Here we got another freshman moment from Tye Wilkins. He's got great speed, can close on ball carriers fast, but you'll see at the end of this play, this doesn't finish the tackle. Maybe goes for a bigger hit, right? Anticipates. Abraham's a tough running back to bring down, right? I'll give him that. But he lunges at his feet, right? Drops his head, misses the tackle. I mean, we got guys there, which is helpful, but we'd like to see Tye Wilkins just kind of run through this tackle, chest up on Abraham, and wrap him up. Here we got a good example of Timote Jung playing his zone responsibility well, signs that he is learning. Makes a great play here. Closes fast, knocks the ball loose. Seems like maybe a minor play. That could be a 5-yard gain. If that's first down, now they're 2nd and 5. The chains are in their favor, but he's able to knock that ball loose. All right, here's a great play, I think, from both Dante Ware and Tye Wilkins to stay disciplined on a reverse, on a trick play. So let's watch it unfold here. All right, staying disciplined. Ware fights off a block. Wilkins gets over the top of his, and they're both there to make the play. I mean, Ware's there first. And let's just watch how hard Dante Ware works to get out there and make this play. He gets a block on him, fights that off, and then he's busting it to make that play. All right, let's move on to our next player. All right, now we've got some star dev guys we got in here. We do have, Bickerstaff as a star dev. We put in Donovan Cookus at left end. We've got Darius Jasmine at right outside linebacker. And then we got Keenan Trueblood at the first cornerback position. So a lot of freshmen here on defense right now. We're going to see what they can do. And we've talked about Derek Sisk already at D tackle. He's star dev. But I want to show you Bavaro here in action over him. Here is Trueblood. He is manned up on Kiernan, one of our better route runners on the team. You'll see freshman versus senior here in this play. He's got a lot of room for growth. He's got star dev, but he's definitely going to have to put in the work to reach his potential, just like anybody else on the team. But this play is pretty indicative of a freshman coming in trying to compete with a senior. All right, good jam. Oh, missed him. Flat-footed. Kiernan takes advantage of it. Goes for, 20? Now, initially, as we rewind it here, Trueblood taking away the inside, jams him to the outside, and then he gets flat-footed here. Turns his hips. Whoop. Then he's got to recover. Just a freshman moment of not understanding the leverage. All right, here we got a good example again from two freshmen, knowing their assignment, understanding how to execute it. Again, Dante Ware does a great job timing up his blitz to make sure that the defensive linemen do their job to free him up. And then on the back end, you'll see Tye Wilkins make a great play on the ball, take care of his responsibility. Hey, never in doubt that Tye was going to get there. But as we watch Dante Wilkins, again, he's blitzing. He sees the right guard block down. Left guard's going, right? He gets him out of position. Forces the throw. All right, maybe that tight end beat Timote over the middle here. If you watch 81, this is why it's so important to take care of your responsibility. And when freshmen can do that coming in, that builds confidence with the coaches. But Timote Jung lets that tight end cross his face. You know he's got a crossing route, lets him cross his face. But because Dante Ware is here, right, Singh's got to make a decision. Because when Singh is watching the tight end, Timote's in good position. He can't keep his eyes on him. He sees Ware coming. Good play by our freshman. All right, here we're going to highlight Cookus. Does a great job reading the veer option here. Stays true to his assignment. It makes a tremendous play on Bickerstaff. You can see him kind of pinch down, right, hold his edge. Throws off the read for Singh. And then finishes the play on Bickerstaff. Great play by Cookus. All right, when we talk about Timote Jung, we talk about athleticism, we talk about instinct. Watch him on this play. Diagnose the QB draw, no hesitation, and go make the play. He's coming from the right over here. It's not even a QB draw, it's a QB blast, and he diagnoses it instantly. Makes a play. All right, last play on defense here. If a lot of guys doing their job, freshmen are pitching in. You can see Jasmine's blitzing. Ware is going to blitz. Timote Jung is taking away that crosser. Dante Ware has done a phenomenal job this year of just identifying when to blitz. He's a little delayed, waits for things to develop, and busts through. Because he's putting pressure here, maybe takes the quarterback's attention off that crossing route where our guys collide. You can see them collide in the middle there. Whoops. Because Ware is coming up the middle, forces Singh to go left, and then Robinson is waiting for him. Jasmine does a great job here putting initial pressure on. He understands that Ware is coming on the inside, so when he takes that high route, right, he knows it's closed down, and then he pursues over the top. All right, let's move on to our offensive guys. All right, here we got Alex Jolly in. Really excited to get Alex in on our team. He's going to redshirt this year. We're going to try to get him 4 games, get him a lot of reps. He's an impact guy. You can see Milburn there on the right. He's a star dev. He's a burner. We want to get him as many reps as we can. He may burn his red shirt depending on what we think he offers, but we do have Fleming, who I think has 93 speed. So Fleming is that playmaker now. I just need to decide if I want Milburn side by side with Fleming. But we also got Toner, came in as a JUCO guy. He's doing really well. So we got some weapons on offense. I think our 2 freshman receivers, Milburn and Charbonnet, can be redshirted. All right, let's see him in action here. What I really like about Alex Jolly is that we can identify blitzes. So we know if we've got a call we don't like into a blitz, we've got audibles. He really gives us that ability to identify them and call the right play based on the situation. Singh has that opportunity as well. He's not as polished at it as Alex Jolly is, but Singh offers that as well, and I really like what we've got going with Singh at quarterback, which helps because now Jolly can really redshirt. We don't have to rely on him starting as a freshman. We got 2 running backs, Bickerstaff and Abraham are both star dev. I think they're both at 82 overall right now, but both weapons for us coming into this year. They're both really shifty, can break some tackles. I think Bickerstaff may be a little bit lighter. I don't know if that for a fact, maybe smaller than Abraham. So I'd like running with Abraham more, but I think their skill set is pretty similar. And I think Abraham has better change of direction. You know, here we're going to see if we can get one to Milburn. Maybe not, we'll go to Rossi. Rossi's a star dev tight end. Attempting to burn his red shirt as well and get him lots of playing time for what he offers as a possession tight end. With the speed he has, I think he has 86 speed. Here goes Bickerstaff. Great catch by Toner. Again, a JUCO kid we brought in. Really like what he offers. Let's check out that play again. Jolly puts it right where he needs to be, gets the play action, sees the middle is open. If he can just put this in a spot where Toner can make a play. You know, Santos maybe doesn't respond how we want, tries to knock it loose, but Toner hangs on. I mean, it's good coverage by Santos, but Jolly just gives him a chance. Here we got Boone in the backfield. Overall, he's our best running back coming in this freshman class. I think he's at 67 overall. And I think I've said it many times, but that the running back class we got in with the 3 guys, really happy about that. You know, so we got Sean Boone coming at 66, impact dev, 20 caps, an elusive back. Ezekiel Sun is at 61, he's impact, 19 caps, elusive running back. And then Baraka Nachukwu, he's at 64 overall, star dev, 16 caps, he's a receiving back. So we're going to see all those guys in action today. Here's Boone getting his first carry. And we'll try to swing it out to Boone, see what he can do. I mean, falls forward really well for a freshman. Right, that's, you know, Reynoso's a senior, I think. Here we're going to get Milburn over the middle. Let him run. The fastest guy on our team for sure. There's Boone hitting that edge. Falls forward. Here we got Nachukwu in. We're going to try to get it to him out of the backfield. He's a receiving back. We'll let him cook a little bit. Or throw a pick. Great play, Hui. All right, here we're going to try to flip it out to Milburn if we get the look. Yep. You know, there's Sisk making a great play. And he's against freshmen, so it's tough to gauge. But I think he can be a real force in the middle for us on defense. There's Fleming. He's going to be our top playmaker, I think. Really good speed, good hands. Only a redshirt sophomore. Here's Boone running a really good route, getting open. Alex Jolly standing in the pocket, delivering a really good ball. I really like what we're seeing out of these freshmen. Here we're going to see Alex Jolly kind of throw a freshman throw, and Rossi is going to show why we really like him at the tight end position. A little RPO, speed out, not a good ball, it's down low. Rossi's able to use his athleticism, reach out, catch a low ball, hang on to it, give us 4 yards. All right, here we're going to see if we can flip it out to Rossi again. Jolly gives us the ability to see that maybe those 2 DBs are blitzing off the right. Tells us that maybe flipping it up to Rossi is going to be a good bet. Nah, it's not. No block by Milburn. Good play by Santos. Here we get to see a little bit of the arm talent by Alex Jolly. Off of play action, getting his head around, finding the opening in the zone, and using his arm strength to rip it in there. Boone, great job finding the gap. Really patient run there. Let's look at that again. Gets a handoff. Continues to just stretch it until he can turn it up. Really good run by Sean Boone. And let's not forget to talk about the O-line here. Right, we got an all-freshman O-line on the left. All right, left tackle, we've got Eifert. Left guard, we got DeLuca. At center, we got Ferwerda. Right guard, we got Wake. And at right tackle, we got Lutrus, who I guess is a JUCO junior. But all new guys to the team. We got a freshman tight end there. They do a great job opening this gap for Sean Boone to run through. All right, here we get our first look at Ezekiel Son, a 2-star running back. Really like what he offers. There he goes for 7. Let's take another look at that. Ezekiel's an elusive back. We'll watch Brian Campanaro identify the correct guy to block. All right, opens that up, and let's look at our freshman lineman here. All right, we get a double team on Sisk, who can be a problem. DeLuca at left guard takes care of the backside linebacker. Over pursues, seals him off. Right, Son maybe gives a little juke here. All right, to set that up. Give him time. We'll go through that zone. All right, here's an example of maybe the pressure getting to a freshman. We've got a guy coming in open over the middle, but because there's guys in his face, he's feeling it. Not even in his face. I thought they were closer. Right, but you kind of see how he's not flat-footed as he throws. You watch him throw and then fall back. Right, as if he's going to get hit, but he's got plenty of room here. All right, little wobbly ball. So just not certain of what he's seeing and feeling yet. But that redshirt year should really help him. I mean, the line does a great job. Boone does a great job helping out. We just can't connect there. All right, we're going to respot the ball here, see if we can get some bigger plays. Boone in the backfield. Looks like DeLuca just couldn't get out there. Is that Ferwerda? Here we're going to see an opportunity for growth by our left guard, DeLuca. Oh, sorry, it's our center, Ferwerda. All right, he's working to the middle linebacker. He gets on him, but he just gives him a shove, right? And then he kind of stops. We'll watch it at full speed here. Gets to him, shoves him, stops. Kind of gives up on the play a little bit. If he stays on him and drives him, you know, Boone may have a cutback lane there. But again, another freshman moment. We're going to have a lot of them in practice, but we get those out of the way with the redshirt year. And hopefully next year, all these freshmen are ready to go. Here we're going to see a good example of toughness by Milburn, our wide receiver. This is a little hitch route, but he's able to hang on to the ball after a big hit. All right, secure the catch. Get us that important 7 to 8 yards. All right, this play here makes it really tempting to start Milburn just because of the playmaking ability he has. So here we just got 4 verts. All right, Alex Jolly throws it up, gives him a shot. Watch him make a play. Goes over the DB, waits to the last moment to throw hands. There it is. DB thought he was in good position, sees the ball, and he just goes over the top, gets it, houses it. All right, here we got Jolly and Nachukwu connecting on a really good play. Nachukwu runs a great route out of the backfield here. All right, he's a receiving back. He knows what he's doing. Gets wide, then gets vertical. Tremendous catch, and then outruns the DBs. Here we've got Alex Jolly showing off his arm talent. And Charbonnet showing his field awareness, his catching ability, his maybe catch in traffic, his ability to focus on the ball and bring down a pass. It looks like Charbonnet is maybe taken away, but Jolly puts it in the only place that can be caught by Charbonnet. Charbonnet keeps his feet inbounds, secures the catch. I mean, we got some great freshmen in here, guys. Here, let's talk about our O-line again. This little duo concept. I mean, look at the push we get. All right, we get that double on Sisk in the middle. We get off him. Even our tight ends. All right, Rossi gets out to his linebacker. I mean, I know they're in a 3-high prevent defense here. I didn't catch that before. But our offensive line does a great job here getting to their spots for a 7-yard gain. Here we're going to see the strength of Charbonnet. He's a physical wide receiver. He's got speed. We're going to see the strength and then maybe just a little freshman moment to not understand how strong he is and the plays he can make quite yet. So we got a jet sweep called. All right, Robinson plays it well, bumps him, and maybe kind of stuns Charbonnet. Right? Or he could just run through that, keep going. Maybe it's an additional 3 to 5 yards. But tremendous strength by Charbonnet. All right, so here we're going to see why we redshirt freshmen. They need time to grow, especially the 3-star guys. But we've got a fake jet, halfback trap. Let's go through player by player here. Lutrus going to the middle linebacker. He does a great job getting by Vasquez. All right, getting that first initial step there. All right, Vasquez does a great job. I think he's a redshirt senior or junior. Either way, he's got a lot of football in him. He understands to sit here, right? Seal that edge. And we can't get DeLuca there in time. Right? He fights through DeLuca. And then if we watch Sisk, we've got Ferwerda. I'm not sure what Ferwerda's doing here. Let's lock on it. Sisk is a problem. All right, so we got a freshman center. He's actually a guard, so he's playing out of position. But his first step is wrong, right? And Sisk takes advantage of that. Wake doesn't do any help. He doesn't double him, right? He splits off him. All right, so a lot going wrong there with our offensive line. As good as they can be, they're just not there yet. All right, here we got Charbonnet showing off his ability to catch in traffic, his good hands, his physicality. All right, we got Alex Jolly just going to rip one on a slant route. Charbonnet does a great job using his body, catching it with his hands. All right, that's a hands catch. It's not getting on his pads. He shields Santos. Hangs on for second contact. All right, maintains possession all the way to the ground. Great catch by Charbonnet. Here's a great job by Boone, making something out of nothing. He's got a little zone play called, inside zone. All right, Vasquez does a great job taking away the outside. Boone he sees it quick enough, turns upfield. All right, gets us 3 instead of 0 or a loss. All right, as tremendous of a talent as Alex Jolly is, again, he's still a freshman. All right, we're going to see a freshman moment here. He's got an open wide receiver. He's got time in the pocket. All right, and we just overthrow him. All right, so that's telling us as coaches, he's just not comfortable with the speed of the game, with his processing time. He's still kind of falling away as he throws this. Like he's going to get hit. All right, so we just get him to stand up tall, deliver that. He's got him. All right, so maybe just a little anxious in the pocket there. Okay, and then right after that last play, here's the next rep, right? We got a tight end on a deep corner route. Let's watch the ball he throws. All right, good timing, stands in there. Perfect ball. It's not caught. All right, but he puts it where it needs to be. All right, over the head defender can't get that. The only hope he has is to break it up with a hit, which he does. But tremendous ball by Alex Jolly. Here we're going to see Ezekiel's son make a tremendous play. There's nothing here initially. He stays patient, finds a gap, squeezes through it, and gets us 2 to 3 yards when it could have been a tackle for loss. We got freshman linemen going against redshirt seniors and juniors. There's good players over there. They're far more developed than the freshmen. And so our old linemen, especially our center, who's playing out of position, but gets beat. All right, Ezekiel just kind of squeezes through for 3 to 4. All right, a tremendous run. Keeps us ahead of the chains. right? Bounces off even a hit, right? And just fights for yards. That's what we like to see. Okay, Alex Jolly, again, tremendous arm talent. We got Milburn on a streak here. Got a step. He just can't connect. Just out of reach. Again, that will be refined as he goes through a redshirt year. But here again, we got the ability, the field general. We can see they're blitzing, right? They're probably manned up. See if we can get Toner on a corner route. Tremendous play, right? Alex Jolly's ability to see that blitz. We got an RPO called, audible to something that works. You know, we get a big play there. Here, another positive play by Alex Jolly. He's got a hitch on the right. Right, he sees that cornerback sit like this. He's not moving his feet. He's not going any deeper. Right, so Alex sees that as he plants his feet. He knows Milburn's got a few more yards to go before he hitches up. Cornerback is going to the running back coming out of the backfield. We got a gap there. Delivers a good ball. All right, so that is going to do it for our spring practice. Another good ball there by Alex Jolly. Rossi making a great catch. Our open practice. I hope you enjoyed seeing our freshmen play. We didn't get a great look at some of the guys who are returning, but we'll see them in action throughout games as Boone fights for 5. Really happy with the stable of running backs we brought in. All the guys in general. We got a great recruiting class. And I can't wait to see what they can do as they get more and more playing time. So, thanks for tuning in, and until the next one, keep gaming, keep growing, and keep celebrating those obscure victories. Game on.